Hello, you're welcome to my channel again. My name is Victoria. I am a mother and a wife. Peace. Today we'll be talking about 7 things not to do in marriage. You know, if you see some marriages this time, it's kind of happening. So many things are happening that are not actually supposed to happen. And that is why this topic is coming at this time. And I urge you to watch. The first point here is no name calling. There should be no name calling. Do not call your spouse's names because of small issues. There is a small trivial issue, and they result into calling of names that are not supposed to be so. This shouldn't be so. And the second point here is no scripted marriage. Do not marry a script. Here, what it's telling us is that each marriage is unique. Your marriage is unique. My marriage is unique. So you don't leave somebody's marriage. You don't bring somebody's marriage into your own marriage. Not because somebody's spouse is treating his or her spouse this other way. You want to treat your spouse that way. No, it shouldn't be so. Do not leave a script. Do not marry a script. It's so appalling that many spouses do not know their spouse. You don't know who you're married to. Take time to learn and understand the person you're married to. And by so doing, we will not be marrying a script. The third point here is there should not be emotional affairs. You find out that so many people, when there is an issue in their marriages, they rush off, they run to some other person to lay their complaints without laying it first to their spouse. And by so doing, you get attached to such person that you are laying these complaints to. Before you know it, something else could result into it. What if the person you're running to is an opposite sex? That makes it another case. That becomes another case. You run, there's an issue, and then you're running off to go and communicate or to discuss it with another person. You know, it could lead to emotional affair. You're there with your spouse, but some other thing is going on in your mind. Please do not have emotional affairs. The fourth point here is do not stop communicating. Communication is key in any relationship. If you don't communicate, your spouse will not know what's in your mind. Your spouse will not know what you want him or her to do. So, communication should be key in every marriage. Discuss whatever issue it is, whatever thing you have to say it out. Your spouse is your friend. So you should be open to communication. The fifth point here is do not isolate. Marriage is a union of two persons. You have agreed to be together. There is no need to isolate. There should not be any reason for one or the other person to want to stay apart. You see some spouses having 2 bedrooms. I want to stay on my own, you want to stay on your own. No, it shouldn't be so. So, that's, as long as you are married, you should be together in sickness and in health. The sixth point here is do not judge or compare your spouse. We find out that so many people want to compare and say, this person is doing this for his spouse, this person is doing this for his wife. So don't bring that. Do not judge your spouse. Do not compare. Don't say because this person is doing this for, or your friend is doing this for his wife, or your friend is doing this for her husband. You don't expect that to be, because I said in the beginning that every marriage is unique. So your marriage is unique. Check out what works for you. Understand your spouse so you know the kind of person he or she is, so that you don't compare and you don't judge. And the seventh point here is do not go to bed with unresolved issues. How will you go to bed if you know that your spouse is angry, or there's an issue that actually needs to be resolved? You started off something, and in the middle of it, you cut it off, and then you want to go to bed. I bet you will not be able to sleep. So whatever the issue is, it is good to resolve whatever case that might be, or that could have resulted in the day, so that you can sleep well. I even wonder, how will you sleep when there's fire on the mountain? I don't think you'll sleep well. So please try to resolve whatever issue it is in the daytime. before you go to bed. And so we've come to the end of the 7 points or 7 things not to do in marriage. Please, if you have more points or you think there are things we need to discuss or things not to do in marriage, please comment, leave your comments in the comment box. And if you have actually enjoyed this, do not forget to like,